Hello, citizens. I'm Burt Ward, Robin from the TV series Batman, and you're listening and watching the Three Geeks podcast, and it is fantastic. Wowie zowie to the Batmobile.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast live. It is going to be a fun show. Joining us for the first 30 minutes, we have from Calling Old Hollywood, Cat Lively.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sounds like an atomic bomb.
Did someone break something? Does everyone good?
But Kat was on our show last year, and John and I got to talk to her a little bit, and I've talked to her throughout the last year or so, and she's given me some good advice for YouTube that I've been looking into over the last few weeks. So thanks, Kat.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
What's been going on with you? What have you been up to?
Good Lord. It's like, that's such a loaded question. There's so much. First of all, I'm so happy to be back on the show. We had such a great time last year during the height of the pandemic. That was crazy, but you know, I was happy to be a guest. That was awesome. Recently, man, I started we'll do a Cliff Note version. I started interviewing actors, actresses, people in film and pop culture live in front of audiences now that things are open back up. So I'm going to a lot of film conventions doing that. And then I just got a book deal. I'm writing my first book on classic Hollywood. And then I guess my big announcement thing is I started a YouTube channel. I want to say back in about February, I kind of started getting serious about it. And it's becoming a little bit more popular now. Things are happening. The world's opening back up a little bit. So I'm going to be taking basically the YouTube channel on the road. So I am going on a cross-country road trip everywhere from, New York, Indiana, Tennessee, everywhere to document historic locations, film locations, music locations, hometowns of actors and icons and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the biggest things that are going on right now. So that's yeah.
That's awesome. You went to the Retro Con too, which I really want. John and I host a Matlock podcast.
Yes.
And I really wanted to go to the Retro.
The Mid-Atlantic, yeah. You guys have to come next year. That's it.
I'm sure we will. We'll find our way down there.
It. Yeah, absolutely. It's there in Maryland. It's right outside Baltimore. And it is just like, oh my God, it's a whole, obviously it's a nostalgia con, but there are just so many people that come for so many different reasons, so many different walks of life. It's the coolest convention I've ever been to.
Jason, it's by Baltimore. We could go down, we can talk about Matlock, and we can go take a tour and see everything from The Wire. Like, there you go. Win-win. I'm down.
Baltimore, nice. Too, is so historic with all the crazy history, film, TV, Edgar Allan Poe,
I got to ask, Kat, I'm sure we talked about this. Yeah, I'm sure we talked about this last year, but we have a lot of new fans. So, somebody wouldn't expect somebody in their late 20s to be so into classic Hollywood. What got you into this? Because you're very into it as somebody who follows you on social media.
Totally. My parents got me into it when I was a kid. I was so lucky to be raised with a mother and father. Like from my dad, I got Rodney Dangerfield and Frank Sinatra. From my mom, I got the John Denver and like Mamas and the Papas and Shirley Temple, Natalie Wood type, so I got like the very flowery flower power. And then I got like the crooners and the comics from both. So it was just like this crazy, and then you get me. So it's like, years later, I'm just like, holy crap, this stuff, it resonated. So it's that. And then I feel like I mean, I do watch modern films. I watch modern television. I've been in a couple shows. And I love it all, but the dialogue back then, certain ways, the cinematography, there are just certain things about films from, I want to say, because my favorite decade's probably the 40s to about mid 80s are like my favorite little window of films. There's just something so different and so magical about every little decade was so different, with films.
Yeah, I know when I told Dan the topic, he was pretty excited that we were going to discuss classic films today.
Yeah, he wanted to shorten the window, not no, 60s.
Forgot between American and everybody else films as well. So
yes, definitely.
All right, you guys. Did you come up with a top 5, Kat?
Oh man! All right, off the top, East of Eden.
Oh, one at a time. Unless we're doing all 5. No. Are we doing all 5?
She's only got 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're gonna do ours after.
Gotcha.
All right, continue, Kat.
East of Eden, Casablanca. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is that film? Play It Again, Sam. It's a Woody Allen film. Rebel Without a Cause. No, I can't do 2 James Dean films. Let's throw some campy in there. Let's go Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. And High Society with Grace Kelly, Sinatra.
Nice.
God, it's so hard to narrow down, but off the top, that's what I would say.
As you're naming the movies, I can see like Mike and Dan just glowing in the faces. They're so excited.
I agree with one of those movies. This is on my list that I had pre-written before we started this podcast. No Good Pen Guy.
Yes. Love it.
Those are amazing pulls too, just because all those different, like you said, the different eras and the different styles, like it
completely. You go from like what is it, Michael Curtiz, Casablanca, to like Russ Myers. Like there's 2 different. It's so, but that's what I mean. It's like you can tell which decades these films were made. You can tell. I love that about those films.
Nice. So what's coming up next for you on your channel? Like you have some stuff planned out?
Yes. So I am actually really excited. So podcast wise, I've kind of lost track. It's been a really busy, crazy week. But I've got, so Patrick Wayne, son of John Wayne, is coming on the show. I've got my dear friend James Sniper, wonderful author, wrote a bunch of classic Hollywood books. Those are going to be like the 2 upcoming guests. And then as far as the YouTube, which is basically, it all ties in together. I am going to be, I've been so busy traveling for the last month with different conventions and stuff. I've kind of slacked on the videos, but I'll be getting that back up. But as I hit the road, the first stops I'm going to be making are in the Midwest and in Indiana. So I will actually be staying in Fairmount in James Dean's hometown. And so I'll be making a lot of videos of this is where he lived. This is the farm he grew up on. I may do an in-person interview with his family, which I've done before, but this will be like just a whole different thing because that was only audio. But that's pretty much, I think, in the coming months, what people can expect. I'm going to be doing a Route 66 road trip on the way to Indiana. So I'll cut off Chicago. I might do Chicago and then go to Indiana, but I'm going to document the entire thing too. So the videos that'll be on YouTube, a big Route 66 cross country, things to see, places to go, that type of stuff.
Do you have, go ahead, Max.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you mentioned Indiana. Kat, are you venturing out to see any places in Ohio?
Oh, I'm going to be everywhere. For the next 4 months, I'm going to be on the road starting October 10th. I'm everywhere. So my home base basically will be in staying with a friend in Fairmount. And what I'm planning to do is I'll probably spend about 2 weeks there, and then I'll spend a week in different states, maybe a week in Illinois, a week in Alabama, a week in Tennessee. And I'm just going to go through these places and just kind of like pick let's go to Muscle Shoals, let's go to this place, let's see where this was filmed and document all of it. Definitely Ohio, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, have to. So yeah, I'm gonna be out that way for like 4 months, just all over, up into New York, everywhere. So it'll be fun. It's gonna be exciting.
She's like, no, I heard the Three Geeks podcast record there. I don't go to Ohio.
and they make fun of Mark Wahlberg, so no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, how's your mom? No, so the travel thing is going to be new for you, but that's really cool to incorporate, just like road tripping, and a lot more people are doing that now, especially with the pandemic stuff going. So that's really cool. It should be a lot of fun.
Thank you. I'm so excited. There's already a few things I've got lined up that I'm so looking forward to, but also it's like being able to share that with other people, because these are places, I always keep in mind with the things I document. I'm like, these are things that maybe somebody in a different country or somewhere else might not ever get to see these things in person. And so bringing them this kind of virtual experience of, Graceland or this or that, it's like these things, I think it's going to be really special. So I'm excited to see what the heck happens, because I know, expect the unexpected, but that makes it better.
You inspired me after our last podcast, because we were talking, I can't remember the celebrity, but you had just interviewed one of their kids. So I reached out to John Candy's children, his daughter and his son. And I interviewed them, and they were absolutely fabulous. I had never thought to do that. Yeah. Completely.
That's exactly, it's like the kids are, especially the kids, and the loved ones and the people, it just, I love the fact that those people they have the memories, and they have these, the world had the stars, the world had the actors, the world had who they were when they were on, but the family and the loved ones, especially the kids, that was mom and dad. That was, uncle or aunt or cousin. It was like they were, so I love talking to the families, because it's just really special stuff you wouldn't really you don't see in the biographies or see in the films.
Yeah. Anthony Perkins is my next get. I'm going to try to reach out to his son, Oz.
Oz is a great director too. It's like,
I love it.
Really?
So if you're traveling through Chicago to Indiana, are you going to stop by Gary and see Michael Jackson's house? Might be sweet.
Possibly.
Gary's kind of scary though, so I wouldn't stick too long in Gary.
That's why I said possibly, because I'm I've heard, because I remember when I was out there a few years ago and I wanted to do that, and my friend was like, "Don't do that, go, don't, maybe not." I was like, "Why? Like, I want to see it."
I, as someone that's driven through Gary, not great. I mean, you can do it, not great.
Well, I mean, Justin, it was the murder capital of America for a short amount of time.
As a born and bred Hoosier, no, I know.
He's like,
oh my goodness.
How many bodies do you got,
Justin? Driving through Gary enough, right? But like yelling. Sorry.
Justin, how many bodies do you have?
Love it.
If you have to ask, you might get added to them.
Kat, I was curious. I know you mentioned you're going to be going around to some, not just interviewing people, but also different locations too. Is there a particular location you're looking forward to the most? Is there some place that's kind of like, oh, this is going to be like the holy land of locations?
I absolutely love Nashville. So I've spent some time in Nashville, but it's been years now, like 6 years since I've been back. But I am a huge, like, classic country, like Johnny Cash, like Hank Williams, Merle Haggard, like all like the OGs, I am really excited. I definitely want to do like Johnny Cash Museum. I want to do the Ryman Auditorium. Do document tours. I want to go see where like Johnny Cash is buried. Go out to his and June's, where their house used to be. I don't think it's there anymore. I think it burned or something. But I want all of that. I'm really looking forward to all that kind of stuff. And then obviously Fairmount, and I keep going back to it, but I'm really excited. But also part of why I'm taking it on the road is it'll just give me a break from LA, and I'll be able to kind of spend the winter in the snowy little hometown of James Dean and write my book. And I'm like, that sounds kind of romantic. So I'm looking forward to that too, and documenting and talking to all those people, and just a lot of the, Alabama. I'll go to like Muscle Shoals, do the Fame recording studio, like stuff like that. And then I've got a lot more research to do, but Graceland,
Nice.
of course. Yeah, I still have to do my research on every little point, but yeah.
What are some of the new movies you like?
New movies. What's that? Just kidding.
Sharknado.
Yes.
Off the top, has anyone watched yet? It's a series now though. It's called, oh God, what is it? Damn, I forgot. It's the new television show. It's with Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez on Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not started that yet. But
It's
they're pushing that
only-
one hard.
It's called Only Something in the Building. I'm blanking on the word.
It's only murders in the building. Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
murders in the building.
Only murders
Yeah.
in the building. I fell in love with that show like 10 minutes in.
Nice. I heard it's really good.
I mean, yeah, it's good to see Steve Martin and Martin Short back together again doing something, and I'm happy. Like at least you like it. Somebody that's the.
And I
I've only heard like.
I binged.
Hulu
I mean, I
reviews of it.
love Steve Martin and Martin Short, but it was
Yeah.
such a like refreshing. It's like a true crime parody. It involves podcasts. It involves like, it's almost like a comedic. The audio broke up. I didn't hear.
My fault.
The audio broke up
Yeah.
for a second. I didn't hear what you said. Ooh, are we back?
We're getting a little lag.
Yeah.
What you said about
Getting
it?
quite a bit of lag, actually.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, I was just saying, yeah, it's good to have them back together again. Doing something that's actually like funny and worth watching. I'd only seen like Hulu reviews of it, and I don't trust like TV reviews of itself. So
No.
Yes.
that's good.
It's so few and far between, but I really loved it. I thought it was really refreshing and really like, okay, maybe there's a little hope. You know, it was good. It was good. Films. I'm such a big comedy fan. I'm always watching just comedies. Gosh, I can't think off the top of my head though. Films. Come back to me on that question.
Oh, I thought Dan was asking a question. That's why I got quiet.
No. I stay quiet because I end up talking over everybody. So no.
Your timing is perfect, Dan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Impeccable.
Really right in there.
It is perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, Kat, I mean, I love what you're doing. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. We went to John Ritter's place and some set stuff from Three's Company. And John Ritter is one of my favorite television actors of all time. I remember my friend Amit and I had a good
He's
cry
got
when
me in
John
the
Ritter
heart.
passed away.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna document any of the fun places you go to eat and stuff? I feel like traveling around, you're gonna catch like all the best restaurants that you could tell us like where to go,
Or the worst.
or the worst.
Yes.
Or the worst.
Yes.
That might be even more
Yeah.
fun to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It broke up a little bit. Shoot.
It's all right.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Am I still
Yes.
lagging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It keeps breaking up.
Yeah, you're
I
still
can't hear
lagging.
what people are
You're
saying.
like doing the robot.
Man. Yes. Woo. Yeah, I've actually got someone. That's another guest who's coming on the podcast soon. Is there's this. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but they have the biggest Three's Company collection ever. Like everything
Sweet.
from the set and from like crazy props. They have all this stuff, and they're coming on the show, and we're gonna do a video thing. So I think they're gonna give a tour of some. I mean, it's their collection's ridiculous. Like they bought a lot of it too from like John's widow. Amy, yeah.
You need to add one more person, so there's not two of you. So there's three as like a company as a whole.
That would work.
I mean,
What a dad joke. What a dad
shut
joke.
up.
Yeah.
Mute that man.
Well, Kat, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Where can everybody find you on the social medias?
Calling Old Hollywood. YouTube, Calling Old Hollywood, Instagram, Facebook, Cat Lively, just like it's spelled in my little name. And yeah, so that's what everything is.
Awesome. And
they can listen to the podcast, YouTube.
Nice. I put the link to her YouTube channel in the comments below, everybody. So click on it, check out over there, and also check out the description of this audio, video, and all that fun stuff in between. Again, thank you, Kat. You've been a good friend to talk to over the last year, and I hope to continue that friendship. And good luck on your travels.
Yes, be safe.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Kat.
I don't even know if she heard any of that.
I don't know either. We're very. I thought she hung up. No, she
And gone.
Maybe we
And
shouldn't have
technology.
500 of us when we interview somebody.
yeah, it was great.
Well, I think it's because she's car casting. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's her internet connection rather than us. I think a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it started off strong, so I had
Yeah.
good.
It could have been my
started
fault. I
early.
joined and then started crashing. I get it.
Yeah, way to go, Justin.
You can blame that on me.
Please.
It's fine. It's fine.
Justin, you got a new mic?
I've had this
Yes.
mic. I got an arm.
He's
Oh,
really
okay.
showing it off.
The mic's
Yeah.
been here. I just can't. I got a new camera, so I can't hide it as well. The old camera wasn't as wide angled, so I could hide it before.
So you're
Trying
just
to be the
basically
new
doing
Howard
the
Stern.
Dolomite. The boom mic is in the shot.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Or I can just do very aggressive, like hide my
Oh,
face
man.
with it. It's great. Very phallic.
I want to take a second, everybody.
I know,
Follow
right?
Kat at Calling Old Hollywood. It's down below in the scrolling notes, and also her YouTube channel, which you can find in the comments and the description. Kat is-
Subscribed. So yep.
Yeah.
And then
Always
she
finding new
just
channels.
messaged me and said, "Sorry about the connection. That was so much fun." And she is a lovely person, fun. Follow her social
Yeah,
media.
she seems cool. She
Drive
seems super
safe.
Cool. That,
Drive safe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, drive safe
Indeed.
for sure.
Don't
Wear your
cast
mask.
and drive.
Yeah, don't get
Yes. We've never done that, have we, Max?
No, I would never. I
He's-
only cast in the safest of locations.
Yeah, he
I
sits
think-
in the car just because he wants to catch Pokemon later.
That's so funny. Oh man, that part cast was so good.
I was going to ask Max if he knew when the statute of limitations for car casting while driving, is that like 3 years? When can you finally
I like that
admit to it?
No, you see, like that's how much like the police don't care about me. Like they've got all the evidence on the internet for the entire time, and they didn't prosecute, so it's not a big deal.
I loved when like you worked at VGMX and people were getting pulled over in your parking lot, and you would just cast like the whole interaction, be like, "I got you," like I'm watching.
I mean,
But you know what,
when
Justin?
things happen, you gotta be right there in the moment.
But you know what, Justin? His whole catching it on his phone was totally ruined when he put it into post production and put in explosions, made it into a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, totally ruined it.
You turned into a Decepticon, and
Yeah, exactly.
Better than any Michael Bay movie ever.
Or it just has a dog for a face instead. One of those new like emojis.
Filters.
Those filters.
that's great.
You're
Nice.
quite welcome, Kat. You're quite welcome.
Yeah,
Indeed.
thanks for coming.
Indeed. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to continue the conversation of classic films. I know we usually do our top fives once a month and in the second hour, but today we're doing it 2 weeks in a row and during the first hour, and this should be a lot of fun. I've been going back more and more, especially since I've known Dan. I've gone back and watched more older movies. Western's still something I'm still trying to get myself into. I just think I need to find the right one. And yes, Max, Wowie Zowie is correct. And thank you for reminding me. Next weekend, the Three Geeks podcast will be in Monroe, Michigan. And while we're there, Sunday show is going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to be an awesome one. It's us talking to Mr. Burt Ward, and the guy was
a lot of fun
as you would expect him to be. And I'm looking forward to everybody seeing that.
Cool.
When he did the little bumper for us, like that was probably the happiest I've been in months.
Yeah.
Like, that was,
I left in your giggle. There's if you listen closely, Max's giggle at the very end of it, and I laughed a lot at it. So I was like,
I peed a little bit. That's how excited I was. It was super awesome. He's a great dude. He's campaigning for a great cause, and he's also just fun to talk to. So,
please buy his dog food. I mean, he said on the cast he doesn't take any profit from it. So we need to support things like that.
Take a salary, so I'm sure somebody takes a salary.
Sorry, forgive me. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
It's not expensive dog food either. It's like $34 for like a 30-pound bag.
I don't have a dog.
That's pretty good. So get the dog food.
Just in preparation for a dog, Dan. Visitors.
I'm sure there's a doomsday prepper recipe for dog food. I'm sure of it. So
there is,
and it's going towards a good cause. So
we're not doing Mad Max yet. Okay?
You do one scoop of dog food and half a cup of water, and you mix it up real good.
You buy the dog food, and when Mad Max happens, you're one step ahead of the game.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're not called preppers because they're not prepared.
But as a totally side note, had anybody ever watched that show that was on Nat Geo?
All the time. Doomsday Preppers? I loved it.
Yeah.
It cracked me up.
They do, because the thing is, they focus their plan around one specific disaster. And I'm like, wait, what if you prep for the wrong one? So say, for an example, you prep for the zombie apocalypse. What if it's a solar flare that knocks out all the electricity and technology? You're screwed.
But the food stuff will make sense regardless, I think. But
I don't know.
Food and weapons are always needed in.
I think you roll the dice.
You make a very valid point, though. But I want to see the Doomsday Prepper who's like literally prepped for everything. He's like, I don't even care what happens. Flood, solar flare, zombie apocalypse, earthquake, it don't matter.
I watched an episode with a friend, and it was about this guy that had his own tilapia farm. And he's like, so I'm just going to be honest, and this makes me sound like a dick, but if the apocalypse happens, that guy's got a lot of fish. I'm kicking down his door. I'm shooting him and his wife and taking all of his fish. I'm like, well, thank you for being honest. I appreciate it.
Holy cow, that's a dark talk. Holy man.
Freaking, that's why I strung up this shotgun in my front door.
So he's on a list.
No kidding. Holy cow.
It got real dark.
That's what? Well, also, I'm very glad to see John and Mike here. I didn't get a chance to say that while Kat was here, but I'm glad to see you. Thanks for being in here.
Cool.
Yeah, they haven't been on a show together.
I know. I've missed them both.
Oh,
I'm gonna kick Max out.
Something big did happen.
That's fair.
The last little bit. Let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit.
I just said
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, we're 71.
Oh yeah.
What's this?
This is the top 75 in the world of web shows.
Out of 2 million, we are number 71.
Whoa,
Nice.
you guys
I'll
beat
fucking
Jenna and Angela, the office lady?
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Fuck yeah, we did.
What webs? Hollywood Digest says it?
Yeah.
That's right.
And then number 65 is our
legit.
buddy Tim. And then all the way up here is
Matt Talk, I'm guessing.
no,
It has to be Matt Talk.
No.
It has to be Matt Talk.
Mick Manhattan, Casey Plot, the Scene Snobs.
I mean,
At 20.
those guys are great, so I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Casey is cool. Mick.
Yeah.
I love the feud you have with Mick.
Okay, number one is Joe Rogan. Okay, I was gonna say who's number
Yeah,
one.
no, look, number 5 is Hannity. Like, ugh.
Okay. Well,
No. Number 5 is Bobby
Like, I
Bones.
Yeah, number 5 is not
Hannity's
Hannity.
on there.
Yeah,
number 11.
He's
Number
11.
11.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
okay.
Either way, thank you very much. It's very much of a nice thing to have us
Yeah.
on a list.
Very much nice thing. Yes.
Very much nice
Very
thing.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
I
like
get to say I'm on a list with one of my broadcasting heroes. So like I am freaking,
Okay, can I ask a real quick question about that? Does Stern do a lot of podcasting? I
he
thought
doesn't
he
do
was
any
still
podcasting. I think they just put him on there to.
okay.
It even says Howard 100 and 101, which is his radio station.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
just rebroadcasting for podcasting. There's an echo.
Okay, there's a definite. We're in a submarine right now.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
I do not hear anything.
Yeah, it's because you're not using headphones again.
So I wonder where the echo's coming from.
Let me see.
The judgment shall be
Yeah, I
harsh.
know. And then I
This
remind you,
isn't-
and then you put them
This
on.
isn't number 75 material, Jason.
Yeah, really. We're getting kicked off the Hollywood Digest list.
Oh my goodness.
You're on a top 75 list now. We gotta get our shit together. We gotta get in a box
man.
and get it
This is
together.
breaking everything over there.
100%.
Is your ear okay? You're really mushed in there, man.
You know what?
Technical difficulties all around, folks.
It wouldn't be a Three Geeks podcast without him.
This is true.
I just see him pinned against his head. Oh, that was fun.
All right, are we getting to this list?
Uh-huh.
We are
I
gonna
like
get
Dan.
into it.
Come on, guys, let's get the list.
Yeah.
I
Show
had to-
on road.
Come on,
This list, I had to
Chop, chop.
limit myself between 1955 and 1980 American film, except for one. So,
Look at you. I like
There
you
you
put
go.
your own context around it. It's great.
well, I had to because it would have been way too long.
Well, isn't it pre-1975 film? So you don't have anything from 1980 in there, do you?
No,
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
But we could go back as
You
far
said
as
it's
we
in
want,
1980,
right?
but I think he did.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. Anything.
in fact, I don't think I have anything from 1975. So
He
you're
was
good.
pushing for the 60s. I imagine he's fine. I don't
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
have to worry about Dan.
Oh yeah, one more
dude.
plug to do real quick for our channel, and then I'm going to let Dan kick off the thing. I'm just waiting for the photo to load. Here we go. The Perfect 10 is on tonight. Top 10 animated movies. You can catch them on the Perfect 10 Facebook
Animated
and on the
shows.
Three Geeks podcast.
animated shows, not movies.
Animated shows, not movies.
Oh,
So you guys can go find out all the reasons George's list is wrong and
Yeah.
how Clint's list is correct. So
Max, are you on that?
No, I wanted to be on there, but I kind of forgot tonight was date night, so I'm not
Oh.
going to be on there.
shit! I'll be on there.
But I will send George my list. George says like he might actually not be able to record that tonight, but he's supposed to let me know if they go. I'm going to send him my list, and so at least do that. But yeah, top 10 animated shows, like fuck yeah, why like
So
roll it.
50-50 that
I'm
you're going to
down
have a
for
show
that.
tonight.
Yes.
Real hesitant here with that top 10.
he texted me late last night the topic and made it sound like he was going. So
Okay,
as of
yeah,
now,
he-
there's a show.
He was saying that like he's gonna be like getting home just in time to like start recording, so it might not happen or something.
geez.
But, yeah. But
Dan and I
anyway,
will do
I
it.
hope it happens. It's a great topic. Yeah, it should be fun.
Oh,
Young
Dan,
Genesis Evangelion the whole way.
Boo. Boo.
Dan, he says you're welcome to join.
Boo.
Boo.
No, Dan, you're welcome to
Yep.
join the top
Oh.
10 animated
Oh
TV
shit!
shows list.
Get
I
your
was
list
just doing
together.
that off the
Check it
cuff, but
twice.
sure.
Yeah, just PM George, and you guys will be good to go. See, look at that. We're making connections live on the air, everybody. It's fantastic.
Friendships made all around.
Dan,
Wow.
what is your number 5 film pre-1975?
The Wild Bunch. Oh shit! I think that might be 79. Hold on.
Look at you, Mr. Date
God damn it,
Range.
Dan.
My bad. My bad.
Technical foul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him up. First day of NFL.
Nope. 1969. We're good.
Yes.
Called it.
I knew there was a 9 in there somewhere.
69.
All right, Dan, tell us about it.
It's directed by Sam Peckinpah, who was one of the coolest directors of blackballed from Hollywood. But he basically made the Die Hard character. And in this, it's a Western where there's a whole bunch of Die Hard characters. And they're older army guys trying to make like one last big thing. And they end up taking on the entire Mexican army, which is a bad idea.
Yep.
But
OG
it's
Suicide Squad.
yeah. It's
Alamo.
a really cool film though, and he started a whole lot of concepts that we take for granted in film at this point. Like there's a shot in the beginning where a dude gets shot off a roof, and it cuts to him falling, cuts to other people shooting, cuts to him falling again, cuts to other people dying, cuts to him hit the ground.
And it wasn't the Wild Bunch like the original like director's cut just because of all the violence? He was
Yes.
like, I got to go back and re-release this now with all the violence in.
Yeah. If you like that, go check out Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, which is my second favorite film of his.
Okay. Awesome.
I like that, Dan. Dan, are you going to sneak like 4 and 5 films into every one of your?
I hope
should.
so. I mean, he can. He can.
And also done by this guy, 7 movies.
Well,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. There's
I could
some
only
ties in
pick
mine.
one film by one director too, so 'cause I can't just flood it all with Sam Peckinpah.
You know,
No.
interesting. I also like the Wild Bunch. It's not on my list. It was on the honorable mentions as well as Alfredo Garcia. There was a very interesting interview that I remember hearing with Wes Craven talking about Sam Peckinpah, because I guess they had kind of like a brief meeting, and the thing was that he felt that Peckinpah felt that filming the Wild Bunch, it had to be violent because violence is shocking. Violence is a negative thing that you really don't want in your life. And so to him, the concept of the Wild Bunch, which at the time was pretty controversial because of the violence, that he felt, no, it's got to be in there because that's basically, you don't want violence. And Craven took that into his own filmmaking. And that's why he was very blunt about how violent and disgusting his films might be. But that was the meaning behind it.
Nice. My number 5 is a movie that I did not like the first 2 times I saw it, and this is a testament.
Just keep watching movies.
No,
It's
it's a testament that you should visit something later in life because your experiences change, and it's now one of my favorite films of all time, and that is The Godfather. It's my number 5.
That's your number 5?
Yes.
That's my number 1.
Whoa! Spoiler alert!
I don't give a shit. I'm Sicilian. It goes a nose trick came from my island.
That didn't even make my list, sadly.
We will discuss that when we get to Justin's
that's a
number
good
1.
thing, Dan. That's a good
No, it's
thing.
not.
No, it's
Because,
not.
I mean, Godfather 2 should be on the list somewhere.
I cannot watch the Godfather movies.
Because you can't handle nuance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Bay.
Holy shit, that was flip.
That was beautiful, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah, Justin's become a little snappy.
Godfather is a very good movie. Anybody that doesn't like it is a very
This is Justin off,
just
apparently.
wrong.
I used to be in Max's camp. We used to joke about how we both thought The Godfather was horrible, but I rewatched it recently and I freaking fell in love with the movie.
It's good.
Yep.
All right, Max, what's your number 5?
The Sound of Music.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh.
Yeah, I had to work real hard to find like fucking movies that I've watched that were pre-1975.
Yeah, see?
I'm not really into classic film. I've recently started going through like Clint Eastwood westerns, and so I watched a few of those.
shit.
But so The Sound of Music. It's a classic. It's I actually don't even really like the movie, but it's because of my grandfather. Like we would go to visit my grandfather, and he had like 4 VHS tapes, and The Sound of Music was one of them. And I've seen that movie so many times, like I don't like it anymore. But yeah, it's a classic. It's got like great singing. Old dude who just died recently. Played the father.
Plummer.
Yes.
Christopher Plummer.
And I think it's a film. It's a touchstone film that everyone can get behind. Sound of Music.
I saw that in the theaters with the kids, and it's a long movie, and it was fun experiencing the intermission because they even played some of the old stuff they would play during an intermission. It was a good experience. I love The Sound of Music, but I haven't seen it a million times. I've probably seen it like 4 or 5. So yeah, that's a good pick, Max. Mike.
All right. Well, here's why I'm not going to hold this against Dan for recommending other movies, because I cheated and I had to tie a lot of these places. So my number 5, it's a toss up between either Easy Rider or Head. Both of them produced by BBS. Easy Rider, of course, Dennis Hopper,
Jack Nicholson,
Fonda, and Jack Nicholson, of course, in that career-defining role that would make him kind of a superstar, or at least that's when he recognized he was a superstar, is when everyone cheered when his character shows up. Head, I just love, it's crazy. I made a video about it years ago talking about how it's just like constantly peeling back the fourth wall over and over and over, mainly because the monkeys and Jack Nicholson and Bob Rafelson spent a weekend like smoking pot and writing the script, which was total non sequitur. But it's trippy as hell. It's awesome. It's got Terry Garr showing up for a little bit in it, which is kind of cool. It's got Frank Zappa showing up with a talking cow. Great stuff. Davy Jones is basically in Austin Powers gear at one point. I love Head, the movie.
Can't argue against that.
I love, and the other thing maybe, sure.
I don't think anybody dislikes that.
Yeah, we're gonna clip that.
Who doesn't love Head, right? I mean, great film. Great film.
What does everybody want? What does
Dan,
everybody
thank you,
need?
Dan.
You are quite welcome, John.
Come on. I mean, we're all adults here.
Are we?
All right, John, try to top liking Head. Go.
I actually put mine in no specific order, but I'll go with Double Indemnity, 1944 Billy Wilder film,
Nice.
starring Fred McMurray and Barbara Stanwyck. The basic plot is a beautiful, seductive housewife suckers a guy into a murder plot, and then there's the insurance investigator that's investigating what went down. I just liked it. It's very well done. I think for me too, it was personally, I watched it about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was when I was visiting my folks. So we all kind of watched it, which that doesn't happen very much because my mom is not a movie person at all. So for her to sit through it and to have the kind of like that family bonding time, that was really cool. So not only is it a great film, but it's got a special place in my heart just for that.
Cool.
Nice. Let's go to Mr. Zippy down there. Justin, what is your number 5?
This is a movie that I watch every Christmas time. It's A Wonderful Life. And
David.
Okay. Fair enough. I have a lot of things wrong with this movie. I was going to use this as a platform to rail against it, but
never mind.
Your turn.
Nope, it got cut. It was on my list.
Cut.
It got cut. So go ahead, continue, Justin.
So I like the premise of it. I like the idea of like, hey, be happy with what you got. But that asshole that he works for got nothing. Like he did everything bad to this dude, and like he's like, just deal with it. Like I feel like there should be more to the, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the more Godfather in me coming out. Like there should have been some stuff happening to this dude because he treated that dude like trash. You know
he
what
should have
I mean?
woken up with his prized horse's head in his bed.
Dude, there are consequences. There are actions and reactions.
And his business is burning down.
I'm not saying kill anybody. I'm just saying, like, what?
He should have been made an offer that he couldn't refuse.
That's right. With the hand motions. No, I love the movie. It's a wonderful message. Like, hey, you've impacted people's lives in a very positive way. Like, hey, we're better for you to be here than not be here type of deal. I love that message. I just wish there had been more back end towards that. I think it was a bank guy, like the owner of the bank, or some head honcho guy in the town. Either way, I was not a fan of that dude. Otherwise, I love the message.
As John was
we are
talking
better
about,
for people to have be around. Go ahead.
As John was talking about with violence, Justin just needed a little bit more violence, and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Not violence, but like the dude, there's no, like, he just had to deal with it. Like the guy was just told to suck it up. You had a good life, and then he just got treated like trash. I don't. That's not a good message to me on the back end of it.
But
The front end of it is
message
great.
of the movie. You turn the other cheek, and you're still a good person. You see?
Yeah,
that's what the movie wants.
Yeah.
You see, there has to be bad people so that the good people can feel good. You see, like if there was no evil bank guy, then he wouldn't know that he's a good
evil
person.
bank guy.
Yeah, but then the evil bank guy still got what he wanted. Like that's like nothing else that happened.
Yeah, that's the point, Justin. You gotta have this guy getting everything, doing all the wrong things and winning, to know that, hey, you can be the underdog, under the boot guy, and still be happy. You know,
I'm with you. Oh, I got the general gist of it. I just didn't like it. I was on to rail against it. I was like, I would like some back end to that.
This is great.
But-
So far, 2 of the lists have movies that people don't even like. Damn.
I said I like the movie. It's just a matter of there's pieces of it that I have problems with.
My number 4 is Cool Hand Luke.
Hey,
because I like that one a lot. Paul Newman is the nonconformist Luke, who gets thrown into prison by cutting down parking meters, and spends the whole time just being kind of a dick to everybody. But it has that. What's that?
That's when you see, Justin. You gotta be a dick to everybody.
everybody.
Well, I mean,
you get ahead by being an asshole.
Isn't that the American way?
That's true,
What?
Yeah.
But you get to see the.
It's a wonderful life.
You get to see the guys working on the chain gang. You get the one line that Guns N' Roses stole for Civil War, which is one of my favorite movie lines. The what we've got here is failure to communicate.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, but yeah, it's a cool flick. Check it out.
Nice.
I'm not adding anything to this one.
The only Paul Newman movie I've seen so far is The Verdict, and I watched that recently, and it was really good. That is not pre-1975, I don't believe.
No.
So. But my number 4 is a movie that was in my number 1 for a long time until I saw the 3 movies that are ahead of it, which is The Wizard of Oz. It was my favorite film of all time, The Wizard of Oz, for the longest time.
The more I learn about The Wizard of Oz, like the more fucked up it is.
Yeah.
Like the lion's costume is made out of actual lions.
I wasn't aware of that. That's wild.
Yeah,
everybody knows about the dude who hung himself in the, yada yada yada. But like, they killed lions to make this movie.
Well, Max, what you
Hamilton
don't
set herself on fire.
Yeah.
what you don't know, Max, is those lions were actually part of a doomsday prepper's theory to protect himself. And well, my buddy
Yeah.
went and killed
Oh
him.
my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
Full
I had a
circle.
lion farm, and then the apocalypse, and then the doomsday prepper came and killed me and stole my lion.
Yeah, just release the lions.
The hanging was disproved, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
right?
the hanging.
Yeah, that's an
didn't happen.
urban.
Yeah.
Although the Tin Man's paint made many people sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially the
that's
guy who
true.
originally was playing the Tin Man.
Yeah.
He had to drop out because he got really sick because of the paint.
Oh my
which
goodness.
was sad because he was a cool actor person.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Max. What's another movie that you're not really a huge fan of pre-1975?
Okay, this actually fits right into the category of old movies that I'm not a fan of. Gone with the Wind.
That's so funny. All right. What don't you
I
like
had to
about it?
watch well, I mean, there's this little thing in Gone with the Wind. I don't know, it's like the slavery. That's what I don't like.
A little thing.
It's a little detail.
No, it's a fine film. Actually, like that's one of the. I don't even remember the intermission in The Sound of Music, but this is one where I'd watched so many newer movies, since that when it had an intermission, I was like, Jesus! Like I didn't know that they actually made intermissions into movies. Like this movie is just long as fuck.
Technically,
sorry, go ahead.
Technically, they still do. I went to go see what the hell the Gods and Generals movie that was
God's
yeah.
terrible.
Intermission.
That had a 10-minute intermission.
Yeah,
I was like,
rough.
this-
Did you watch? Sorry.
what's that?
I was.
Oh no. That
I was
had a
agreeing with Dan.
10 yeah.
Whenever you watch a movie in Italy, they have to have an intermission. So that's actually, so they still do that. But
That's fun.
it's weird because the movie, like the person making the movie doesn't pick where the intermission is, like the theater where they want to put the intermission. So it could just be like, like Eddie, like just imagine watching the Marvel movie and like the Avengers, like it's just like Iron Man talking and then all of a sudden intermission, like just halfway through his speech or something. Like
you've never gone, Maxon, you've never gone to the Kappa Summer movie series because they do an intermission to sell concessions. So whatever movie you see, about halfway through, they're going to stop for like 15 minutes so they can sell, concessions in that. They do. That's a staple.
Weird random times to do that. Like,
They do. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there's like really weird. It's like, okay, we're stopping there. Okay, cool.
They don't even pick a time. They just turn the projector off, and it's just like
just get fire, and
it gets caught on one frame, but they forget to hit the.
Dude's making a weird face.
The cap it just burns straight through.
You do like hand puppets from the light. I don't know what to tell you. Go buy some candy, I guess.
It's like the Gremlins intermission, with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gone with the Wind, number 4. Old movie.
Hey,
whoever you are.
Hey,
I'm going to say,
Hey-o.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that's George. George, you're commenting from the Three Geeks podcast.
That's so funny. We're talking to ourselves.
Yeah,
The call is coming from inside the house.
We have to leave.
Full circle. There we go.
It's funny.
Mike?
All right. Well, my number 4, again, following with like the BBS line of movies, this is a little bit of The Last Picture Show, one of my all-time favorites from Peter Bogdanovich. I love it's simple and straightforward. Like there's no non-diegetic music. It's all like just whatever you hear on the radio, which makes like intimate scenes all the more awkward because there's no like romantic music playing. You just hear the creaking of the bed. It's got babyface Jeff Bridges. It's got Sybil Shepherd. Randy Quaid, your favorite, Jason, shows up and he's a doofus. And
is he ever not?
Cloris Leachman. Yeah. I mean, consistently he's been a doofus.
He's gonna go blow up an alien ship.
But yeah, Cloris Leachman, probably one of my favorite roles to see her in that isn't full on like comedic. Like she does like a very serious dramatic turn, and it's awesome. So
nice. I am adding this movie to my list right now because I am fascinated by the cast. Okay. John, Orlando.
I'm going to go with 1951's The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's
nice.
It's my it's my favorite science fiction film, I think, because I like the story. I like how there's kind of that little bit of that anti-communism type of vibe to it too, that just because people are different doesn't mean that we should be afraid of them. Michael Rennie does a fantastic job, as does Patricia Neal. Overall that's one of my favorites.
I wish I would have thought of that. I wouldn't have to put stupid freaking Gone with the Wind on my list.
That saddens me so much, Max.
No, but The Day the Earth Stood Still, like that's a movie that's better than the remake. Like they remade in 2012 or whatever, and it's a crap movie. I think it should be on the list. I 100% agree with John Orlando. That's a solid pick.
That's a great hot take.
To agree with John Orlando is a hot take in and of itself. Justin.
I really liked King Kong. I put King Kong as my number 4. I like the monster movie.
Which one?
1933.
Okay.
I've never seen the original one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it is King Kong, right? You know the story, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with that pick. I should have put that on my list too. That was good.
Man, I'm really sad about The Day the Earth Stood Still.
It didn't really hit him in the heart.
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie, and I hated Gone with the Wind.
I love that there's not another movie. Like
yeah.
Like,
this is what Matt scoffed at me when I was like, "Hey, can we like tighten up the ears a little bit?" He's like,
What do you mean?
Dan, I made the gap that big on purpose.
Yeah,
I know
more
Matt very well.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh Oh my goodness!
I love that. That was so good.
All right, Dan, what is your number 3?
Whatever happened to Baby Jane? Because that's an amazing film.
What did ever happen to Baby Jane?
Hell yeah.
Well, she kind of goes crazy and ends up wandering around a beach. But
Zach Brown band.
It's Betty Davis and Joan Crawford are acting sisters. One is bedridden, the other one's slowly going insane and an alcoholic. and it's a very cool flick that you should watch.
And
What
also
year,
there's-
Dan?
That is
Is that
year was
55?
hold on, let me scroll around here.
Scroll around.
Scroll around. 62.
62.
Yep.
Okay.
And was there a legitimate feud between those two on that set, or was that all just like made up?
There was a legitimate feud between them for most of their career.
Okay, yeah. That's
And yeah, it had died down by then. They did do a couple films together, but
okay.
But yeah, because they were both like their heyday was right next to each other.
Mhm.
So anytime they could sling shit across, they would.
I remember there was a Carson interview with Betty Davis, and like I guess she doesn't like pull any punches about like who she does not like in the industry.
Yeah.
And she was like, the worst person she ever worked with was Faye Dunaway, I guess.
Wow.
And she just flat out says it. Worst one,
Yeah.
Faye Dunaway, total narcissist or something like that. I'm like, Jesus, lady.
Imagine the impression you have to leave to be that quickly a response. You know what I mean? Like just man, that's
Nice.
you're muted, Max. If you're trying to talk to us,
That's also
just keep
true.
talking.
It's cool.
There we go.
Nothing I say is not important.
I disagree.
I
What were you
know
saying?
nothing of nuance, so
I
yeah.
was joking.
It's,
I was being very glib.
It's cool when you can just reach the top of the list of assholes. Like I don't know enough assholes that you could even like be.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, man.
So my number 3 is I'd gone my whole life and never seen a Charlie Chaplin movie. I've seen quite a few now. And my number 3 favorite classic film is The Kid with Charlie Chaplin. I almost cry every time I watch that movie. The amount of acting he brings to just bodily movements and his face is extraordinary. It is this movie is unbelievably emotional, and it's one I'm gonna make my daughter watch because it's so good. And yeah, The Kid, Charlie Chaplin, number 3.
You know one that's really well done too that I watched last year was Monsieur Verdot, which is one of his talkies. It's one of his last films he does. I think it's from 52 or 53. And he just basically plays a womanizer. He like goes around from different parts of France, and he's got like all these different women and families, and they all don't know about each other. And then, eventually his lies all come untangled.
I just got The Great Dictator. I haven't watched it yet, though. I'm looking forward to it. Does he play
That's one of
Hitler?
those, like, great
He
speech
plays
in it,
Hitler.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Chaplin one, I think. Because
Okay.
I love when he plays with the globe. It makes me happy.
You're not machine men with machine hearts.
All right, Max, what's number 3 movie that you don't really like?
Actually, I kind of like this one. Number
good.
3 movie is Planet of the Apes.
Hey,
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very well done.
I was
Yeah,
not
nailed
on
it.
my list. I
Nailed
fucked
it.
up. This should have been on my list. I love this series of movies.
I like the first. I like the first one.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to like all 37 of the next ones that they made, but I really like the first one. I thought it was a good flick. It's got a lot of iconic moments, and it's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, brilliantly written by Rod Sterling. It's such a good movie. It is. I like the other sequels from back in the day, but the first one is definitely in a league of its own. It's fantastic.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. I'm watching the TV show right now from the 80s, Planet of the Apes.
The animated one or the
live action.
Okay.
It looks like the old movies. I dig their costumes and stuff in those old.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good pick, Max. What's yours, Mike?
Well, I had to include one of these movies on there. A little bit of the Marx Brothers. A Night at the Opera is my favorite, probably, of all the Marx Brothers. I grew up with my dad showing me a lot of Abbott and Costello and the Marx Brothers, and A Night at the Opera is the one that stays with me to this day. I feel, just because I do love the comedy's really tight. Groucho is my favorite and is really hilarious in it, and especially with the make that 3 hard-boiled eggs and 1 duck egg and so forth, and just the constant escalation of the slapstick. It works for what that movie needs to be, and it's the one where I actually like invest in the story a little bit more so than in any other Marx Brothers movie. So yeah, Night at the Opera.
Nice pick. Let's take a quick 5-minute intermission.
Jason.
I'm randomly.
You missed your opportunity to do a terrible intermission.
That's right.
So that was Big Talk commercial. Take 5. Hey, Jason, have you ever been accused of a crime?
I have not yet, John. But if I ever was, there's only one man I would call, and that man is Benjamin Matlock.
You would be right to do that because he's a guy that can certainly clear your name of any accusations that come your way. It doesn't matter, man, if you're accused of, say, I don't know, murdering your ex-husband live on your TV cooking show, or using a pair of scissors to stab your business manager to death, or maybe you sneak into your landlord's office and off him overnight during the Christmas season. Matlock can get you taken care of. And you know what? He's also a dude that is the subject of a pretty cool podcast called Matt Talk, right, Jason?
Yeah, he is. And I'm so glad John just aired out all my dirty laundry. But it's great to know that when I stab my landlord or I, commit any crimes, I can call the one man. And that one man is Benjamin Matlock.
That's right. And you can check out our podcast called Matt Talk every second and fourth Monday of the month. It's available on all of the podcasting platforms, including Anchor. Just go to anchor.fm/Matt Talk. And it's available through the Facebook page. Of course, that is at Matt Talk Podcast. And you could check out every single episode when they drop. And real soon, it'll be available every Saturday at noon through the Scene Snobs channel. Just look for the Scene Snobs, on Facebook or the scenesnobs.com. Jason, tell them about the email and the Twitter account, please.
You guys can email us anytime at benmattalk@gmail.com. That is benmattalk@gmail.com. One more time, benmattalk@gmail.com. Email me. Let us know what you think of this commercial. Let us know what you think of the episodes. We have some great interviews with Lori Lathine and
Linda Pearl and Scott Valentine and a ton of other great episodes. And by the way, check us out on Twitter. We're just got on Twitter at MattTalk_podcast. And so, ladies and gentlemen, check out an episode. And as they say in court, nothing further.
Hi, I'm Casper.
And I'm Becky Gremlin.
And we're the hosts of Don't Fuck With the Original.
We are a spoopy horror podcast that pretty much covers everything under the genre.
We cover haunted locations, we cover true crime, cryptids, movies, anything you can literally think of. We are all over it.
Everything.
Hey, John, maybe next time don't zip
on
the
Wednesdays.
fly
and
on
why?
Camera so we
Wednesdays
can't
are
see
for
that.
podcasts. Thanks, guys.
Well, to be fair, only Justin, you and I can see that.
I'm actually logged into a different browser, so I'm very thankful I didn't see that.
I can't see these things. I don't know what's going on.
It's John Orlando from the PBDcast. Are you wondering where you can find my podcast? Well, it's real simple. Just go over to pbdcast.com, the online.
We can't hear you, John. You have to unmute
or it's
yourself.
available through all of those major podcasting platforms.
Sorry. I was going to say, I was tying my basketball shorts. Leave me alone, Max.
Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iHeartRadio app.
There will be a new
and
commercial
don't
break
forget
coming
that
soon.
every
As
single
soon as we
Monday
get the
night
one
at
from
8
Big
o'clock,
TV.
I do a live broadcast of the week's episode of the PBDcast.
I hope so.
What
the hell, man?
Just talk over
Just
John.
go over to Facebook.com and search for @PBDcast.
Michael's by himself, does not
Me
bother
every
anybody.
Monday night.
Throw him under the bus.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get on out of here.
I'm just kidding. I just was too lazy to make one yesterday.
Later.
No, it's cool. I owe you some stuff anyway, so yeah. PVD cast sounds interesting. You should check it out.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan, and I'm here to tell you guys about the scenesnobs.com. We're a channel of variety, comedy, entertainment,
Hooray.
geek-related,
This is a
sports,
bit dated.
the whole 9 yards. We
But
cover
seriously,
almost
check out
every
Mick
genre.
Date.
We have so many great shows to choose from. We have shows like the Scene Snobs
Like, you should
podcast,
just be like, Casey's on the
BTB
podcast, and that'll make
podcast,
everyone
the Guapo Show, the Sports Snobs podcast, the PVD cast, Jeff Dwoskin presents Crossing the
again.
Streams,
Wait,
the Three
does
Geeks
Steve Jobs-
podcast,
does this exist
the
anymore?
Fandom Effect. We probably have
I don't
the
think
only
so.
As you can tell, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just chatted through that whole thing.
I like,
Yeah, it's
I like
fine.
commercials for shit that doesn't exist anymore. That's
That PVD guy doesn't care.
Yeah,
I
I-
will be ad on here somewhere.
I was gonna make a new Matt Talk commercial without John yesterday because he wasn't around. All I was gonna do was do this with the date and time written across the screen, so you can just listen to the theme and then see the day and time.
But I enjoy Max railing against it every week. I really do.
Yeah.
I like that Max called me out that I had to tie my basketball shorts. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, your camera is on, bro. That's not my fault. Okay.
Walk away from the camera like I do when I pull my pants.
Hello, citizens.
We're MST3King our own
Yeah.
podcast.
That's fine.
That's how you get to number 71 out of 2 million. So, John, what is your list?
And she's an acrobat, Ted.
We got number 3.
Yes.
This one, I don't know, Jason. It might.
All right.
What?
John got canceled by the internet. It was really weird.
No, he's
Why
back
did you do
again.
that? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Here we go. John's
Number 3, Jason. This one might be on your list. I'm not sure. I'm going with Charlie Varick from 1973. It's a Don Siegel film with Walter Matthau as the lead, as Charlie Varick. He basically decides to rob a bank with his crew, and it turns out that the bank is actually a front for the mob. So he stole mob money. And I got to give props. Yeah, no, you shouldn't. I got to give props to Joe Don Baker, who plays the heavy.
Yeah, Mitchell.
The reason why I kind of like it because Joe Don Baker in the movie has such an aura about him. Like, he doesn't have to really do much threatening. Like, when he interviews, like, or when he roughs up, like, the one crew member of Charlie Varick, like, there's no, like, I got to stab you with a knife or anything like that. He's just that damn intimidating. Like, he's going to slap you around a little bit and you're going to sing like a canary. So I kind of dug that. I liked his portrayal of the heavy. It's a pretty awesome movie. And Jason, you could kind of back me up because we just watched it the other day.
Yes, John and I actually had a play date, and he came over. And we
Aw.
had cupcakes, and we held hands, and we watched this movie. And I am a huge Walter Matthau fan, but I've only seen Walter Matthau with Jack Lemmon. Like, I've seen a lot more solo Jack Lemmon than I had with Walter Matthau. So John's like, we're going to start watching Walter Matthau films, and I'm going to bring him over. And everybody knows that I don't like to leave my house. So saying that you're going to come to me suddenly, like, gets me excited. So
I don't like to leave my house.
That's all you got to do is travel to him.
Yeah.
So we watched it, and I thought it was a really good heist movie. I really dug it.
Yeah, and like I kind of didn't when I first heard about him. Like Matthau as a criminal, but it works. It works really, really well. It's a
John,
fantastic movie.
It's called acting. He does it for a living.
Oh,
Man, we're all very glib today.
Who doesn't know shit about nuance now?
Well, you and John.
Yeah. We're just adding to the list. It didn't change.
Nuance.
It's not a marker that comes off you and goes on to John.
Justin,
Oh my God, who's got the nuance?
It's not me. I didn't know what Wonderful Life.
Hey, I'm vaccinated
like
against
the thing.
nuance. Okay, I got my vaccine.
I feel real dumb all the time. Psycho. Number 3 for me is Psycho. I really liked it. The skull at the end of the movie was cool. I liked the overlay of it. I liked his mom being like dead in the basement, just being him. I think it was a great horror film, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm going to save it because I have it higher on my list. And I'll talk about it.
Cool.
Dan, what's your number 2?
Night of the Demon.
I've never seen that. Sounds cool.
It's an awesome flick from 1957 about there's an American professor that goes over to London and he does something about, I don't know, he's the logic man of the movie, you know, and he runs into this cult that has the power to call up this demon. The last 5 minutes are astounding for 1957.
I think you made me watch this or some piece of it.
I don't think so.
No, or okay, so maybe not then. I don't know. I feel like this is something you made me watch a part of before
I don't know.
Animaniacs or something.
Maybe, but yeah, it's a really cool flick. The American cut is like 8 minutes shorter, and it's called Curse of the Demon. I'm not entirely sure why, but there you go. That's my one foreign film on the list.
Nice.
I feel like we should make Dan do all foreign films and really just dig into.
Not a problem.
I know it's not a problem. I'm not trying to make it hard
Most
for
of
you.
them are going to be Chinese or Japanese, but not a problem.
Man, it is English,
let's do it.
so it's kind of it's kind of foreign, but not really. It's British.
Yeah. See, it's fine. They still speak English. So.
Yeah, right. So.
Non-Anglo-Saxon stuff.
Non-Anglo-Saxon. Nothing for wasps.
Nice. My number 2 is we talked about Walter Matthau, so let's talk about Jack Lemmon, and it is 12 Angry Men. But
Okay.
she wasn't in this
Good
particular
movie.
film, was he?
Good
he was
movie,
later on.
man. I'm mad at myself. I didn't have to put The Sound of Music on this list either. God damn it.
God, I love it
Jesus.
so much. 2 of his 5 were like, I could have done
12,
something different.
12 angry
Max.
men and Max, who's always angry.
If you would just put some thought into your list, then you wouldn't end up like this.
Notebook and Pen guy always thinks about it.
I'm like, what movie have I seen that came before 1975? And I could not think. Like, oh my god, it was so hard. I did think of 6, but yeah, I cannot believe I missed these 2 movies. I'm mad at myself. I need to stop smoking pot or something.
Wait, Jason, Jack Lemmon's in that or not?
No. I'm sorry. He was in the remake. He was not in the original. But
Okay, I was gonna say
the original is what I'm talking about. I just saw this for the first time about a year ago, and this movie is extraordinary.
Oh, okay. I've only seen the remake then.
It all takes place in the in one room, and they do such a good job of emotions. And it's got Jack Warden in it, whom I loved in the Problem Child movies, and he's even better in this.
Problem Child movies.
I like that one. It's just
all right. No, 12 Angry Men, but I guess I haven't seen the original one then.
You've seen the one with Lemmon?
Yeah.
Tony Danza.
He's the boss.
Tony Danza.
Oh, all right. So we're on number 2. Number 2. Fistful of Dollars.
All right.
Sweet.
That's a good one.
Classic Clint Eastwood, Man of No Name. Yeah, it's just a good Western. If you're gonna get into Westerns, this is a good place to start. I like all 3, like all the sequels to this are awesome. So check those out. But yeah, Fistful of Dollars. So I'm down for this movie.
All right. My number 2, I'm just going to give a shout out to honorable mentions right now, just because this was the spot where I'm like, I don't know what I want to put on here as a final. So my alternates were Night of the Hunter and El Dorado.
Hold that one, actually.
Oh, hold that. Okay, never mind.
That was an alternate.
It was an alternate. We're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Switch hitter.
I decided, it's all over the place. I decided on 8.5. 8.5 from Fellini. Just because I've really been getting into an Italian kick lately, and I watched this movie a couple months ago, and I'm just like, yep, that embodies what it's like to be a restless creative for sure. So it's trippy, it's weird, it's all over the place, but also I kind of love the ennui, and the restlessness of the main character quite a bit. So
it's very French.
Well, yeah.
Italian director.
Yeah,
from an Italian. I was like, wait a minute. Even I did a double take there, but yeah,
ennui and restlessness. It's very French.
Yep, but just done with the Italian lens. So there you go. All right.
My pick is somewhat, I guess it's not really controversial, but there's a big argument as to what type of genre it is. I'm going to go with 1972's Across 110th Street. A lot of people say it's a blaxploitation film. A lot of folks say no, it's just a crime film.
110th Street.
It's damn good. It stars Anthony Quinn, Yaphet Kotto,
Nice.
Again, it's got kind of a mob tie-in where these a couple black guys steal money from a mafia safe house in Harlem, and then they kill a cop. So now they got the cops, they got the mafia after them. But it's more than just that, because there's the undercurrent of Anthony Quinn plays the hard-boiled, 30-year vet that should be in charge of the investigation, and instead one PP sends Yaphet Kotto's character, young black lieutenant, and there's that that butting of heads between those two that are it's lying under the surface of all the other things going on. I highly recommend it. I thought it was a really awesome film. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Interesting characters, a little bit of some chase scenes, an interesting plot, social commentary. It's got everything.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep.
Is it me?
Yep.
Mine, I think, is Goldfinger. I'm a big James Bond fan. I used to watch it all the time with my dad, and I love Goldfinger. I think it's probably my favorite Bond film. I think so. But either way, I'm a big fan of Goldfinger.
Yeah. Do you expect me to talk Goldfinger?
Go ahead, sorry.
Goldfinger has what, Jaws or Odd Job?
Oh, I have to double check. But you definitely, I think isn't it Odd Job?
Yeah.
Odd Job.
Yeah, it's
Odd Job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the video game had Odd Job in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Yeah, Odd Job.
And Job.
The video game had all the villains in it.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
You almost hit the guy who got Odd Job.
Yeah.
You couldn't hit him.
You're right.
All right, Dan. What is your number one?
My number one is Night of the Hunter. Which, okay. It stars Robert Mitchum playing against type as a bad guy. And he is the scariest preacher you'll probably ever see on film. He wants this widow's, the money that her husband stole. Anyway, she's got money somewhere, and she supposedly knows where it is, and this preacher is going to find it. But he comes to this small town, and he realizes that he's going to have to knock her off and her kids. So there's this awesome spot towards the end where he's chasing the kids around the street because he can't find them, and everybody else is off in this fair, and he's just like, children, and it's fucking creepy as hell. So it's a great movie.
I love the shots in it too are awesome. Yeah.
The
shots in it are awesome.
Yeah, and Robert Mitchum, he's the original dude with the love and the hate finger things. But neat. My honorable mention is Once Upon a Time in the West, because that deserves on this list, but I don't know where to put it. So it's really long. I think it's better than the Man with No Name trilogy, but the movie's oddly confusing in its motivations. But you've got what's the dude's name? Guy that plays harmonica.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dan. I can't believe it.
Harmonica guy.
No. Charles Bronson. Sorry.
No, sorry.
You got
I
Charles
lost you guys
Bronson
for a second there. Bronson.
Yeah. Who?
You're talking about. Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in the West. Yeah.
You do that again for me, Mike?
He's got a harmonica. It's his name.
I had lag on my side. I'm sorry. I just caught up.
I just know. I
But like the first 10 minutes of the film is just hanging out at this train station waiting for the train to show up. And everybody starts to get more and more nervous the longer the later it gets. And it's pretty damn cool. That's all I got.
Jason, you're muted.
Nice. I'm definitely going to check it out.
There you go. All right. Very nice.
My number one is Psycho. I love this movie. If I could go back and have one movie that I could revisit for the first time without any spoilers, because unfortunately when I saw Psycho for the first time, I knew what the ending was. Oh, yeah. And I think this ending would have packed a punch had I not known. And or maybe Planet of the Apes would be another one. But yeah, Psycho. It's one of my favorite films of all time. easily one of my favorite films of all time, if not my favorite film of all time. I love how it gradually builds to the quote unquote slasher ending that we get, like the typical horror. It's just so good. I recently got the original cut of the movie because I guess it hadn't been out on home media since like the 80s. It just came out on 4K, and I got that. And I'm watching all these scenes that I'd never seen before in this movie, and it just made the experience so much better. Psycho is a masterpiece. It's Alfred Hitchcock's best movie, in my opinion, out of the ones I've seen. And yeah, Psycho. Anthony Perkins is extraordinary as Norman Bates.
Did you ever see the trailer for the movie or the marketing they did for the movie?
Yeah.
Where it's
so
just
good.
Alfred Hitchcock's taking you around the hotel, and he's just like, here's where she was killed in the bathtub. Just telling you what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
It was one of the first movies where you weren't allowed in when it started. So you were not allowed entrance into the theater if the movie had already started.
Yeah, there you go.
Not to take away from his like artistic stuff, but it was Hitchcock was kind of a jerk, right? I'm trying to remember. Like he was kind of a giant a-hole, right?
Well, if you watch like the biopic with Anthony Hopkins, they kind of made it out that he wasn't a dick, but he was like creepy when it came to his actresses.
He said he treats his actors like cattle, or they should be treated like cattle. So yeah, he said that in an interview. Auteurs are dicks, but they can shoot great movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks as a person, great director, totally shitty person.
Won't be winning the Xbox award, right, Max? Won't be winning the Xbox award.
Sorry about that one, but yeah, you're not getting the.
Maybe they get a separate award.
I think Psycho 2 is a very underrated sequel. So, it is. It's as good, not as good as the first one, but it's one
Psycho 3 and Psycho 4.
I wouldn't go that far. But out of sequels sequels, especially pre 1990, it's one of the better sequels, and it doesn't get a lot of love.
Dennis Franz is gonna kill. You're a psycho killer, I see there.
Dennis Franz.
That guy was always old. Like poor Dennis Franz. Like Steve Martin. He's just always looks old. Max, what's your number one that you probably don't like?
All right, so no, I definitely like.
I hope he likes this one.
My number one is there's a lot of stuff going on at number one for me. Okay. First off, honorable mention goes to The Conqueror, which I've not seen. John Wayne in The Conqueror, but like this movie looks so bad that I really want to see it.
This movie is amazing.
That's him as Genghis Khan, right?
Yeah.
And
my name is Timogen.
And the backstory, the end of everybody's story after the production is really sad too.
Yeah, they died of cancer.
From the movie, like causation, like the movie.
They filmed the whole thing where they tested nuclear weapons.
Oh,
yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah. Supposedly,
real cheap.
Who directed that? Was it Hughes?
I'm not sure. 1 second.
Okay, well,
got to get a
supposedly
refrigerator.
The director,
Dick Powell.
Okay, really?
Yep.
Okay,
I think Hughes had a crack at it though.
Yeah, because I heard that Hughes had bought up every copy of it and just watched it every night to punish himself. That's the rumor.
Oh man. So I haven't seen that one, but I've heard a lot of great things. And,
yes.
I think it should be mentioned on this list. And then the movie that should be my number one, but it's not, is Casablanca. It's a great film. I really like that one. It surprised me that I liked it. I ended up watching it and I was like, man, it's an old movie. It's black and white. It's just going to be a lot of talking. I'm not really down for this.
I'm not down for this nuance.
I'm shocked by Max's list.
All of the nuance went straight over my head, but I still enjoyed the film.
I get it. I'm right there.
Gets a should be number one, but actually my number one, just in my heart for personal reasons, because me and my dad watched it. Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon.
That should have been on my list. Good call.
Jim Kelly, Bruce Lee, who else is in this? John Saxon.
Yeah.
Just it's one of the great fight movies. It's one of the originals, and I dig it. I like to watch that one with my dad. And he had a fro back in the day, so I as a kid I thought like he was Jim Kelly because he took karate and he had a fro, so that was all you really needed.
That's all you really need, yeah.
There's power in the fro.
Yasuke.
Yep, for sure. Go ahead, John.
I was gonna say, if I was gonna say something about Casablanca for a minute, because I agree, Max, that like I went to go see it at the as part of the Kappa Summer Movie Series a few years ago, and I was like, well, I'm checking it out because I'm supposed to, but it was really good. Like the dialogue was superb. It was very crisp.
Yeah.
It kind of blew me away. I didn't anticipate that, so I just wanted to throw that out there. That it's really well done.
And it's got Peter Lorre as creepy guy.
Peter Lorre.
Yeah,
a bunch of Germans who defected to work in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like it's awesome. It's kind of great.
And it's great backstory, it's good. Casablanca is a really, really good film. For sure, like go check that one out. But for me personally, number one, Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee, gets to make his major picture, and that's what's up.
Max, I got to ask you two questions. One, I'm surprised Space Odyssey 2001 isn't on your list.
I didn't figure that was before. That's just not mine.
And two,
that's the 60s, dude.
Why wouldn't you just bump? Why wouldn't you just bump Sound of Music off and put Casablanca at your number 2 spot?
Well, not Sound of Music. Why don't you just bump off Gone with the Wind?
There you go.
but Casablanca needs to be number 1. Like it's that good. Like
I'm just curious.
It's respect. Right. That's why. Respect is why.
Respect. I love that. Definitely. That's good.
Respect
is what.
I'm listening to your. I'm like, all right, he's got to have 2001 because that's the only movie I knew that you had seen.
2001 is the shit.
Yeah.
I just thought it was made later than it was. Like that was just like how well the movie's made. I really thought that movie came out in the 80s.
Who hated 2001? Was that John?
John.
Okay, I thought it was Max. All right. My bad.
Take Orlando gets in there at the hot take.
Yes. Yes, because monkeys killing each other with bones and rocks are great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Testament
Space Baby.
2001. I really thought that movie was made later.
All right, Mike, what is your number 1?
All right. Let me just say, as you probably heard, it's very hard for me to pick some pre-1975 movies here because there's great ones like Casablanca. No one's mentioned, well, I'm not going to say, but maybe Citizen Kane yet, but I'm going to have to go with 1920s, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Nice.
That is one of my all-time favorites. It's a silent film. It's got, what's his name? Conrad Veidt in it, who was in Casablanca as the Nazi, but
as a German,
as a German. But I love the design of it. German expressionism at its finest. Metropolis had a little bit of this, but absolutely the style is out of control with Caligari. A lot of Tim Burton. You can see Tim Burton takes a lot of influence from German expressionism. So you see that a lot in the designs. I love the performance of Cesare, the somnambulist who goes around and kills and abducts people, and the twist, one of the first ever big twists in a movie where you're kind of like, okay, I didn't see that coming, and I legit didn't see that coming. What a twist.
He can see dead people?
It kind of works. So
Yeah, see, I cut myself off at like 1950, so I didn't have to do all the old horror movies.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with Mike. This was a hard list to come up with because I could have added The Fortune Cookie, which is the first Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau team up. Truck Turner is a favorite blaxploitation movie of mine. I could have picked that. The Wild Bunch, which you mentioned, Dan. But I went with my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film, 1953's I Confess. I really dig the film. I like the whole the way that Montgomery Clift, plays the main role, and I'm the priest that I know. I'm wrapped up in this murder plot. I can't really say anything. I should say something, but I can't say something, but I should say something. I like the whole back and forth, the kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? The trap that he's caught in. I dig it. So
nice. Max is muted again.
I was hoping Max would not mute that hand motion. I was hoping that's good.
You should know what the hand motion is for. When anyone says trap, that's a trap.
Oh,
fair.
Justin?
Yeah. So mine was The Godfather, and I will choose violence if people don't like it.
I mean,
it's one of those I like so much. I like it so much that it's hard for me to fathom someone not liking it. It's how much I like it. I just like the walking through of a college kid, Michael Corleone, coming back, and like the progression from him becoming the Don. It's so good.
Here's a gun. Go to a cafe.
But it was the whole thing of him, like he wasn't meant to be that. Like they were actively trying to keep him as a college kid, and like the nuances of that, right? Of saying, hey, now you got to bring him to the family business, right? I bet it did. That's why you don't like it. But
I'm not ever. Okay, here's something that's really gonna get you good. I've not ever seen the movie all the way through.
Well, there you go.
How can you hate it?
Yeah, I hate it because I haven't seen.
I literally can't watch it all the way through.
All right.
Now you're just
everyone has their own opinion. It's fine. It's cool. I just like giving you a hard time about it. But I like it so much. It's hard for me to not fathom people not liking it, even if it's not your favorite movie. I'm cool with it not being your favorite movie, but to actively not like it, like that's a different thing.
What about the sequels?
2 is great. 3, I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I've never
seen the sequels. I've only seen.
You should watch number 2. Number 2 is very, very good. Number 3, you can take it or leave it for me.
2 is the best one. I
can get behind that.
But the whole boat scene with Fredo makes me happy.
Yeah.
But
I felt real bad for older brother Fredo. Sorry.
Have you seen the new cut of 3 yet?
I have not. I should.
Because I bought it and I haven't watched it yet. So
I'm down to sit down and watch it with you.
Okay.
The Coda cut or something?
Yeah, the Coda cut. Yep.
I hear it's a lot better. I hear they cut down Sofia Coppola's part a lot.
Oh, thank God.
And that's Nicolas Cage's aunt or cousin? How are they related? Because Nick Cage is a Coppola.
I think they're cousins, aren't they?
Cousins, yeah.
I think.
But do they take the helicopters shooting up the boardroom out? Because that'd be...
I will find out.
Ridiculous.
I'm just skipping the original 3, and I'm going to go straight to the Coda cut because I was recommended to do that by somebody. So,
by who?
Now, Dan, I don't know if you'd know this maybe or not with regards to the original release. Was there an intermission for Godfather originally?
Because
I remember when I first saw it, it was split onto 2 video cassettes. So it's got the length, definitely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the version my parents had was definitely multiple VHSs, so I'd imagine so.
Yeah,
it's like was there an intermission for Schindler's List?
There was an intermission for The Godfather. It was just after the scene when young Vito Corleone returned to his family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the second one. Okay,
that's the second.
Yeah.
I imagine the first one it would be when when Michael goes to Sicily.
Yeah, after his murder. Yeah,
after the murder. Yeah.
Is there an intermission for Titanic that was also on 2 VHS tapes?
It was
I think
not.
so.
There was not.
for Titanic?
I went and saw that with my buddy Jason Paris.
I saw my mom. It was really uncomfortable with the painting scene. I was just like, I want this.
I was 10.
I'm assuming Apocalypse Now had an intermission.
Probably not.
Depends on
which cut
on the version. Yeah.
We should do a top 5 intermission movies. I wonder how long that will be.
Do our research.
God of the Wind's gonna end up on my list again, and I fucking hate that movie.
We should actively have lists that have forces Max to go with the wind. Like top 5 list of the word wind in the title.
Top 5 movies with racism.
War Room.
Definitely.
Top 10 movies made in 1939. There you go.
Oh god.
Holy shit.
Wait a minute. Here, I found the list. Do you want to see what's on it?
I'm
Movies
guessing
with intermissions. All right. Which I have. A buddy of mine gave me this, and I've never watched it. Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes, watch that.
Okay.
Make sure you got like the 4-hour long version and watch that shit.
I do.
Yeah,
there you go.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail had an intermission.
Yeah.
That was like a joke one too.
That was dumb. So. No, but
Ben-Hur.
Once Upon a Time in America is one of my favorite films.
Yeah, my buddy Brian got it on Blu-ray, so he gave me his DVD copy. I've never watched it because I just don't have 4 hours, you know.
Yeah,
sure.
But it's I mean, the main moral is that Robert De Niro plays Noodles, and Noodles can't get anything nice because he's a dick. That's basically it.
So we got Ben-Hur, we got Hello Dolly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How the West Was Won.
Yeah.
El Cid.
Okay.
Spartacus.
Hey, I am.
Spartacus.
Gettysburg.
Yeah, that's right, Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
That was the movie Dan was talking about. Yeah.
No, not Gods
Not
and Generals. Yeah.
Oh, Gods and Generals. I'm sorry, you're right.
Well, it's kind of like the unofficial
Gettysburg is
sequel to
awesome.
Gettysburg. Yeah.
Gods and Generals is terrible because it had no production money.
Yeah.
The fall of the Roman Empire.
Huh.
Those Magnificent Men and Their Flying Machines. I've never even heard of that.
Sounds amazing.
Is it a Wright Brothers movie? Like what?
Yeah.
No, it's a British film.
Is it just like 3 hours of like people
Some
with
dude in
like
the field just like
crashing?
riding a bicycle with a
Face planting
plane
into
on
the
the
terrain.
It's a 5-hour movie about the Blitz.
Sorry, John.
There you go. That was
That was it? Oh, we nailed it.
IMDb had. I think there's got to be more.
There's got
I assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, because Godfather was not on there. There's got to be more. That IMDb, you're slacking. Get on this.
Well,
I wonder if there's like a flag you have to flip, and no one just thinks about flipping it for them when they enter a movie. You know what I mean? Who cares? But
yeah, I don't know.
Well, I suppose when you consider there was that whole era of movies that was like the roadshow attractions where you would have everything set up just around that movie, including concessions. So
when Reel 3 ran out, that was Intermission.
Nice. All right, let's get into some of this nerdy stuff that I have for all of our loyal viewers.
More nerdy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Some video game trailers. Just make Max mad from the beginning.
No, it's not a complete exclusive.
Did you have the Wolverine trailer too, Jason? I should send that over.
Oh yeah,
to you.
I got the Wolverine and Spiderman too.
Cool.
So this is going to be something along the lines of like the Final Fantasy VII remake or something?
Yeah, it's going to be like 5 discs long.
Cool. I already have no space on my console already.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Yeah.
They must be stopped.
Oh, good old Revan.
Fair.
I mean, I can tell you the plot if you like.
Yeah, good old Revan.
I know the plot.
Yeah, well, there you go. You don't have to play the game now.
I played the plot.
I have to play this game. I love this game.
It's such a good game.
Like, why wasn't it come out for Xbox? This is bullshit.
Max, I think it has 1 year exclusivity.
Yeah. Eventually it'll make its way to PC, man.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It'll make its way to Xbox.
I don't play PC.
Wasn't there a version on Xbox for free of the old version already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, like I didn't already have the game, but like
just play it again. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just the remade version.
But that looks sweet. What are you talking about? Like, no. I have to play that game.
But if folks haven't played KOTOR, you should play KOTOR.
Yeah.
It's a lot. If you like Star Wars at all.
Favorite games.
I still like the original.
Time.
Yeah, me too. I played it last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've replayed it a few times, and the last time I didn't do a good build, so like I had a real rough go at the end. But no, I when the moment where you get to make the Wookiee kill his little Wookiee friend is the darkest. Yes,
Twi'lek,
yeah, the little girl. That's like the darkest moment I've ever had, and like I actually felt bad after I did that. And then I was like, holy shit, like from a video game? Like this is
Do both have Force Lightning? I forget the Force powers. Both of them have Force Lightning, right?
Dark Side has Force Lightning.
Yeah, Darkseid has Force Lightning.
No, I know that, but like Force push is
Choke.
like
Force push is light, I believe.
Yeah. I more meant KOTOR 1 and 2 both had Force Lightning in the game, right?
Yeah.
Two had the better powers and the better, I think, like gameplay, but 1 had the better story.
Well, they ran out of time doing 2. And they had to get it out before Christmas or whatever. So they're just like, we're just going to put a text scroll for the ending. And that's what you got.
I dip my toes enough into the dark side to get Force Lightning every time. I'm just like, this is important to me.
Yes,
this matters.
Knights of the Old Republic is one of my favorite games of all time, and they're remastering it, and I am so because like I've been an Xbox guy since Xbox. Like I've not ever owned a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Really?
This actually it was a weird thing in my family because my dad worked for the company Philips.
Okay.
Okay. And he wouldn't. We weren't allowed to have Sony electronics in the house.
Oh, that's why you have a CDI.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
CDI, like the little known CDI. Right. So my dad got one from the company and all that stuff. So we've never ever been allowed to, like to this
Brand
day, he
loyalty.
does not own one piece of Sony electronics. And yeah, so I've never owned a PlayStation.
That's funny.
Max, you got time.
I don't want to.
You got time to save up for a second mortgage for a PlayStation 5, and
yeah, that's fine.
Hey, real quickly,
Like gold
Max,
at this point.
didn't Philips get bought out by Sony, or no?
No.
Philips is still its
They,
own independent brand.
Oh yeah. Because like Philips, like
Okay.
you don't even know all the shit that Philips makes. Like seriously, if you go to Holland, like everything, like your toaster is Philips, your toothbrush is Philips, your fucking, like everything is Philips. Like it's ridiculous. The company is massive. They definitely did not get bought up.
I love the one shot into the Philips talk. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But like the
nice.
thing that I don't like though is it's weird. There's always some weird thing about Philips electronics that always pisses me off. There's always some like weird function that doesn't work or it's something that is like mostly good except for one thing, and it doesn't even matter. But like, don't do that. Don't do that.
It only works in Holland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, where's Max's
Dutch,
disclaimer?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, like Philips owns Magnavox, so like anything you buy Magnavox.
Oh, that's what the company was.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I mean, their smart light bulbs are really popular too, like the Philips Hue, all that stuff. That line of lighting.
So maybe there is something that doesn't have like one weird quirk to it.
It might. I don't know. It might.
Maybe it's just not Dutch. I don't know. Like it's.
And now Max's check for Philips is cleared.
Yeah.
That's right.
The next thing Max is going to get a check for is he's going to tell us how much he loves Playmobil.
Yeah.
I remember Playmobil.
And Lego.
And Duplo.
Duplo, yeah.
Lincoln Logs.
Connects.
Dude, I didn't know that Playmobil's really still a big thing. I was unaware. Somebody on Twitter had posted like they have an NHL license, so they have all the little Playmobil figures with like helmets and visors and like sticks, and I'm like, wait, what? And so I went down this rabbit hole on the internet of all the Playmobil things. They have, I think, a Back to the Future set now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought all the hockey stuff when I went down this hole.
Nice.
I had to take out a small mortgage for that.
Yes. Playmobil wrestling figures.
I did an add-on to my house.
Yes. Go to Playmobil.
Let's continue the awesomeness.
They have a
that
Playmobil
Sony
Mark
put out.
Wahlberg for you.
Say hello to your mother for me.
Okay, this is the one that got me mad because now I'm like, I just got the PS4 like 2 years ago, and now I got to upgrade in like 2 more years. Thanks.
Yeah. At least it's not coming out like next year.
Yeah, I got
That's
time.
the only thing.
I got time to sell plasma.
Oh no, you got time for them
My
to
blood
make
donation for
PS5s.
the
Like you
PS5.
can't get a PS5 right now.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal.
That sounds like a Craven the
Oh, is
Hunter.
this Craven the Hunter?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have multiple villains again, I think, which it worked fine for the first game. So yeah,
Yeah, I thought it worked really well.
and
Nice.
hopefully, yeah, they have like the co-op stuff with both of them. Now that they're both set with their power
That's so
levels and
cool.
stuff.
All I found is disappointment. Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
I haven't seen this trailer before.
Oh, I won't spoil it for you, Max. Then
It's Charlie Cox.
Who's in the darkness?
Oh.
Ooh, Venom.
Oh, it's not Spider Ham.
Yeah,
that would have been
That would be a lot. That should be a skin you can play.
Yeah, he's an
That'd be
alternate
good.
skin.
Yeah.
Is he?
Or
No,
the
I
weird
know.
robot
Should be.
one.
That would be great. I would love to play Spider Ham. That would be fucking awesome.
That would be great.
Yeah, the Spider Man. I'm not like that. Doesn't. I know, Mike. You played a lot of the Spider Man and the Miles Morales Spider Man.
Yep.
But yeah, that didn't get me. You know, like PlayStation, they've been trying to get me this whole time. Like they're like, hey, we came out with a Batman edition, and I'm like, oh, that is a sweet PlayStation, but I'm still not gonna buy it. And
You were
then,
close though.
this
You were
might-
close.
Yeah.
I was very close. Like they almost got me, but then I was like, nah, you know what? I don't need it. I don't need it.
Is one more KOTOR trailer gonna break you? Like,
Yeah,
once
I
you
mean,
actually
like,
see
Knights of the Old
gameplay?
Republic might be the one. It
Yeah.
might be the one that does
The
it.
remaster of an already existing game is what's going to
Well,
get
just-
Max to
But
buy
it's
a
my
PlayStation.
favorite game.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put yourself in a coma for like 1 year.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
In my mind, there's like this scene of like people at Sony going, "Listen, we need the money from this guy Max Andrews. Let's get it." Come on.
They're like
We've
in
not
Sith
received-
cloaks. They have all their hoods up.
What is this guy like?
Dime
Nothing.
From this guy.
We've been trying for 50 years to get the Andrews family's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The Phillips family.
Yeah.
I feel the Phillips is weakening in the household.
Trying to get her on that firewall for years.
After the Batman launch,
to the dark side.
after the launch failed, Max didn't buy the Batman game in the corporate headquarters. The CEO's like, "I want Jeremy." Jeremy stands up and he's decapitated. That's a failure.
It's like a string chart all pointing back to Max's head.
Yeah.
You got like a black and white of Max's face, and all these different strings are going to it. Like, how do we tie it down to Max?
Oh God, is he the one?
I mean, yeah, I don't buy Sony. I just don't. But they might have got me on this one. Like I have to play that game.
You should get Liz to buy it just so you can be like, it wasn't me that purchased
No,
it.
it's still if it's for me, like and
You'll
then,
be
like
clear.
you know, like we're engaged, so it's our money. It's not her money. You know, it's like it's
Yeah. That's funny.
No, it's still I would still count that as a defeat.
I'm one of those people
They've
who's like,
defeated me.
I can't get psyched for something until I see actual gameplay footage. Like I love
Yeah.
this in-engine stuff; it's fine, but I'm just kind of like, show me the mechanics of how this game's actually going to work, and then I'll be
Yeah.
in.
I've been tricked before in No Man's Sky. Well, they have.
No Man's
They've
Sky.
improved it.
Yeah.
They've improved it.
You're gonna go anywhere
Oh,
you
yeah.
want and play with
I
all
heard
your
that game's
friends.
Sweet now.
Yeah, it's great now.
Like this, like it's
years
cool.
later.
It's a cool looking cinematic, but I'm like, show me some of the mechanics of playing as Wolverine, and I'll be psyched
Yeah.
about it. But
Yeah.
And will it be
Like,
better
this
than
is,
Wolverine's
like,
Revenge?
I kind of just want to see
Oh my
this
God.
movie, you know?
I remember Wolverine's Revenge.
Yeah,
I love
It cra-
Wolverine's Revenge.
that was fun.
It crashed my PC all the time. When we
I
got to
played
the
on
Wendigo
PlayStation.
boss, when I got to the Wendigo
Oh.
boss, just
Yeah, that game was awesome. I remember playing that game. I had to
That's
Google it. Yeah, it's great.
That's all
yep,
we
that's
get.
it. Yeah,
That's
like I said,
pathetic.
There's,
yeah. I need to
There's
actually
a-
see the gameplay to get excited.
There's
I mean,
Wolverine
Insomniac hasn't really had that
Giant
many
game.
stinkers, have they? I feel like I'm fairly trusting of Insomniac. I'm with you. Yeah, no?
Spider-Man, both of them are pretty tight, but that's the thing is like at least eventually they were won over by gameplay by showing us how it works.
What were you gonna say, Dan?
They do all the Tony Hawks for a while. Wasn't that?
Oh, fair point. Yeah,
I
fair
think.
point.
Was it?
And-
No, that was them or Neversoft.
Huh. I thought they had something to do with it, but I could be wrong. Hold on.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did like later gen ones that weren't as good. Because I know like Tony Hawk 2 was like the pinnacle.
Oh, they did Ratchet and Clank? I forgot they did Ratchet and
Oh,
Clank.
all
Yeah,
the
they
Ratchet
did.
and Clanks. Okay.
I got one more for everybody out there. This is a movie trailer.
Oh,
get all-
you're not going to show the teaser trailer for Alan Wake?
There's a teaser trailer for Alan Wake.
There's they're remaking it.
Is it a remaster? I played the original. I like the original.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah,
This is what's gonna get Jason to come over to.
That's the one that's gonna get me.
No, that's Xbox.
Oh, that's Xbox. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
I'm already there. Never mind.
Haha, suckers. I already got the Game Pass, bitches.
I am begging this not to suck. Just like my whole heart.
Yeah. They haven't made, as far as I'm concerned, they haven't made a good Matrix movie since the first one. So
I can see that.
Really,
My opinion on the sequels has lightened up a lot in the past couple of years. Just 'cause
See?
I'm like,
See?
it's like
2 was the
whatever.
best one.
No.
I do admit, like, the Wachowskis get bogged down in a lot of over-explaining some things,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the ideas are really good. I like the ideas and the concepts really good. I'm finally
I
glad
like
they've got to use this song.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
kind of wondering why it
I
was
dig that
absent
for
from the
sure.
first movie. Good.
Is there a plan for multiple movies after this? Do we know?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably Justin is the answer.
It's only Lana Wachowski directing. Like, Lily, I think, has got another show that she's working on, and it's being co-written by the guy who co-wrote Cloud Atlas.
Oh, okay. I like Cloud Atlas.
Jupiter Ascending.
Why did Lawrence Fishburne
Oh, Jupiter
get stuck in
Ascending?
this
Sorry.
no, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, I was mentioning earlier, like, Jupiter Ascending, yeah, it's just the same. It's like way too much over-explaining of things, but the concepts are okay.
Is there a reason Lawrence Fishburne isn't in it?
Maybe we'll find out when we watch it. I don't know.
Because he didn't want to be.
I mean, that's a fair, valid reason. I think he made it as much as Neo did, though.
Because
oh yeah,
that is Morpheus.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed, like, he is playing a version of Morpheus.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, no, because there's a whole thing, because people are wondering, like, if the Matrix Online game is considered canon, because he dies in the Matrix Online.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was, like, in a big event in the game, was Morpheus was assassinated. So, and that was the stories were written by the Wachowskis, so people are wondering, like, are they going to hold to that canon and that he is actually dead? And this is just maybe a reincarnation or someone else taking on the name.
All right, no, I'm down for this. It looks
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
sweet.
definitely
It looks
gonna see
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looks better than, obviously, like, they're not dealing with early 2000s CG, so it looks a lot better than that's some of the problems I had with the other the other sequels. But
Rubbery Agent Smith.
Yeah, I like the rubbery Agent Smith. You can just pick him up and say,
look, fucking,
it's like a rubber chicken.
I give it some leeway because it's happening in a computer. You know?
Yeah.
I give it a little bit of leeway because it's in a
for
computer
sure.
simulation. So, sure.
Okay, so it comes out right before Christmas. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man, this looks pretty sweet. I'm mildly excited for this. I'm very hopeful that it's good.
I mean, the more I can see of Keanu Reeves, I'm happy about. So it's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing is, like, it's the same problem I have with, like, Alien remakes is that the cat is out of the bag. Like, when I went and saw the first Matrix movie, like, I had no idea what the movie was about, and nobody could explain it to me. They're like, no, you just got to go see it. I don't know how to tell you without, like, totally ruining the movie. So, like, just go see it, and that's done. So, but
same. I was in the same boat, Max. Like, I was like, since nobody could explain it to me, I'm like, I'm not going to see it. If you can't explain it to me, fuck this. I ain't gonna go see it until like a year later when my buddy was like, "No, dude, listen, I got it on a DVD. We're watching this," and I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Holy shit, that was really good!" Like, so I was kind of in the same ballpark as you. Like, I'm like, if you can't explain it, but you're telling me it's really good, I got to see it. I need more than that. Like, and then when they go, "Well, it's like Star Wars," I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's like Star Wars.
At least, like, I feel bad. Like, John, I feel bad for you though, because, like, you didn't see it in the theater,
right?
Like, I went and saw it in the theater. At least, like, my friend was like, just, dude, like, we're gonna go watch it. I'm gonna take you. I'll buy your ticket. I was like, all right, I'll go. I'll go for a free ticket. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't waste any money on it. Like, so, like, but then, the movie totally blew my mind. It was freaking awesome. Like, the bullet time. Like, that was the first time they did all that shit, and it was really, really fucking good. So they can't recreate that,
Yeah,
so
right.
they're gonna have to do something else.
Yeah.
I saw it first
But yeah,
time
it
on
looks good.
TV. I wish I'd seen it in theaters, the first one.
Yeah, man. Like that was one of the ones like you had to see. Like I feel bad for anyone who didn't see it in theaters. Like it's the first time when you don't know it. Yeah, no, it's so much better.
Accidentally going to the 13th floor instead.
I remember the 13th floor.
Yeah, see?
Oh, man.
Dan, I've recently gotten in touch with an author that I'm working on getting on our show, but you have been reading the book. Have you had the chance to finish Hope Never Dies?
I did. And it was a pretty good book. It's a weird little potboiler with written in the voice of Joe Biden after his vice presidential run, and he's just sitting at home, like putting in a new bathroom for his wife, and then his favorite train conductor dies, so he has to. He's told by Barack Obama that he had a map to his house. So there's this whole mystery going on about why this happened and why the guy had drugs on him, because he was such an upstanding Amtrak driver, and it wasn't bad. Like I bought it as a joke to be like, oh man, this is crappy, but it's an okay book. I enjoyed it.
I am going to buy physical copies and anonymously mail them to all of my Republican relatives.
There you go.
I just can't imagine how much fun the artist had on those covers. You know what I mean? Just sitting there, just drawing. This is the greatest
never
day
happens.
ever.
The cover actually never happened in the book. Like they do have an armored car that they drive, and it doesn't have a sunroof, so Obama couldn't do that.
Yeah, my girlfriend has been giving it a positive review too. She's been really digging it. And have you started? You started the sequel, Hope Rides Again?
I have not yet.
Man, I hope there's some gunplay in Hope Rides Again.
Obama doesn't save Biden from a helicopter, like.
Yeah,
man, I'm like these covers are what sold me on these books. Like I really want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Biden does drive the car for a short period of time, and he ends up in a field. So.
So he's not like Ryan Gosling in Drive.
No,
He's not downshifting and spinning around and whatnot. Okay.
How much driving was there in Drive? Like 2 minutes of driving.
Yes.
Lots of walking around and neon lights.
I was upset at that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's not supposed to be a Fast and Furious movie, Max.
No.
Nuance.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like, my bad. Yeah, the nuance. Totally.
Everything needs to be about family, Mike.
Yeah, it's not about family.
Well, no, but like Transporter, that's got a like a good amount of driving in it. Like I like the driving. I like cars. I like the driving.
Transporter 2 had a goofy plane with some decals just slowly pasted on.
Max, your description sounded very Trumpish. I like driving. I like driving. I like cars. So I like.
It doesn't sound like Trump. It sounds like Rain Man.
Driving.
I'm good at driving.
I am a simple man with simple
You're a simple
needs.
guy with simple
But unlike
tastes.
Trump, I can tell the truth. No, it's like the Transporter got too much for me when he fucking there's a bomb on the bottom of the car.
Yeah,
he hits a ramp, flips the car, scrapes the bomb off with a crane that's there, and then lands the car on all four wheels, and the explosion is going off, and like nothing happens to the car. I was like, no, that's just too much for me. Like I can't deal with all that.
That's why I signed up for a Statham movie, to be honest.
But I mean, on the other hand, you can do Fast and Furious movies where they're
in space.
dragging in space with Lil Bow Wow and I don't know.
Like Transporter movies, like they jumped the shark too soon. Like Fast and the Furious movies for me, like they didn't do anything that crazy until like the 5th or 6th movie.
That's true.
Otherwise, it was just guys driving cars.
They are just car heist movies for the first 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Four.
And so, but like, so like when they get to like The Rock punching torpedoes out of a Lamborghini, I was already 8 movies in.
I'm committed now.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching the movie. I don't think it's good. I understand it's all the same shit, but like I've already watched all the other 8 ones, so why not?
So I mean, the covers of these books it's the Hardy Boys, right? That's the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's totally the Hardy Boys, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have a busy weekend coming up for the Three Geeks podcast, and for some reason the PVD cast isn't on there, so I added them to the top right side of the screen. The PVD cast, the Three Geeks podcast, funny science fiction, pop culture addicts, we're all getting together. We're gonna meet Tim and Kathleen for the first time, and it's gonna be a blast. We'll be streaming this live from our Facebook channel, from the PVD cast Facebook, from Monroe Pop Fest Facebook. So Friday night, 5 o'clock, the Three Geeks podcast kicks off the entire weekend with our live show. And then Saturday, there's a lot of fun panels. John is doing a sports panel with a hockey guy, and I think you should include Max on that panel. And Sunday ends the weekend with our Burt Ward interview. So this weekend is going to be amazing. John, tell us more about Monroe Pop Fest. And Brian Lau's going to be there.
Brian Lau's going to be there. Dirk Manning's going to be there. Dom Riggio and Darren McCarty is going to be there. A whole host of people are going to be there. Doug Jones, James O'Barr, 2 of the bigger names. There's going to be a bunch of folks from the Power Rangers universe are going to be there. Look, we've said it a lot, and I say we, Jason and I have said it a lot, that if you're in Southern Michigan, if you're in Northwest Ohio, Northeast Indiana, make the short drive to Monroe. It's a fantastic con. I've gone there 3 years in a row. It's awesome. This year's going to be no different, even though it is 2 days. That's the only major difference. But it's a great, awesome Comic-Con. You got to come out to it. Just go to MonroeComicCon.com. Yes, it used to be called the Comic-Con. It's now the Pop Fest. But MonroeComicCon.com, that's the website where you can get tickets, directions. You can see who all is going to be there, from the independent artists to the big-name stars to the panels. Again, MonroeComicCon.com. Just go there. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
The thing I like about this Comic-Con, or the Pop Culture Fest we're going to, is Doug Jones is the only star that's going to be there. Everybody else is more independent or smaller names. And I'm looking forward to meeting Doug Jones. I'm going to go out and buy a copy of Shape of Water because it's my favorite movie he's been in, and have him sign it. I'm so excited to meet Doug Jones.
Even Hellboy 3 or 4? Yeah. Hellboy sans Hellboy.
That was a rough movie.
But yeah, the panels are going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. We get to meet some of our friends for the first time in person. And
yeah, for sure.
yes, and
no,
also,
it should be fun. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
No, go ahead. I was going to get to the other.
I'm super excited to get back into conventions. Like, obviously, everything's been shut down. We've been out of the game for a while, and it'll be fun to get back out there. I've had some masks made up for this occasion, so I'll still be rocking my mask, but it'll be awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to go. So,
good point about that, Max. They do have some safety protocol. Also, see their website for that. I forgot to mention that because yes, they are. Gary is still running a very safe Comic-Con. We're going to try to be safe, have fun, and whatnot. So all the protocols over on the website too, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be wearing my mask unless I'm doing the podcast. It's the only time my mask will be off. But the guys are in my circle technically, so.
Yep. Cool.
Be sure to not pass along that nuance.
Yes.
We want more nuance in our lives. We can all grow with our nuance.
Mike, I have my second nuance scheduled. So
yes, that's true.
Everybody check out youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Mike's got some fun stuff coming up. He's actually going to be visiting us here in Ohio soon. We're going to get to collaborate, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to pvdcast.com. Check out John Orlando. Matt Talk drops tomorrow. Check out the latest episode of Matt Talk. Season 2 of Matlock has been miles better than season 1. Season 1 had some rough
you guys
shows.
are having the guest on soon. Right? Can I spoil that? Is that?
We are in talks because Burt Ward's agent also repped Clarence Gilliard III.
My fault.
We can talk about it. I'm all for talk. Clarence Gilliard III.
I'm super excited.
Was
that guy's
the
awesome.
the second black guy friend of Matlock, and we get to talk to him.
There has to be a better way to say that.
You know, when I was talking to Max,
there is a better way, but there's no truer way.
Fair enough.
Max, and I was trying to explain it the better way. I'm like, so Max, you played Matlock's second investigator. Max, like, you mean his second black friend? And I'm like, yeah, that's the way to put it. So that's.
I mean, all
right.
Yeah, but hey, he's Walker Texas Rangers' first black friend.
Yeah.
True. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know,
yeah, he was also Hans Gruber's black friend too. He was
oh my
man, he got typecast real hard.
Yeah. And Cameron's best black friend in the Left Behind movies.
Okay.
Now we're stretching.
Yeah,
come on,
for sure. But no, like that. I'm excited for you guys. That's super awesome. I really hope it all works out.
Yes, and again, we got some awesome interviews. Justin and I keep giving Justin like a week or two off from doing interviews, and then I slap him with a week where we have two
like
in a
Monday
day.
to Friday, every day is an interview. Yeah, great. I like it. It's been fun. It's been good. We talked to a lot of good people.
Yeah, we got 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Monday, and I don't think any more the rest of the week. Yeah.
You gotta put it on my calendar, dude.
I got the confirmations as we were doing this podcast.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I apologize.
It's all good.
We're interviewing our first rapper. I'm super excited, friend of Stacy Toys. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Everybody, check out everything we're doing. Tomorrow we have a conversation dropping. I haven't completely decided with Justin which one we're gonna drop tomorrow. That's why you didn't get a trailer. And Burt Ward drops Monday, and we got Animaniacs on Wednesday, and maybe something. Oh yeah, the panel's on Friday. So tune in to the Three Geeks Facebook page. It's gonna be a blast.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. And from everybody, have a great and wonderful day. Stay safe. Oh,
recycle your droids.
Jump online. Go to Samantha Gatan. Vote for her. She made it into the next round, and we are hoping she gets number 1. She's a fantastic musician, friend of the show. And go check her out. She'll be joining us next month to try True Crime, which will be fun.
Sweet.
Nice. R.I.P. Michael K. Williams.
There we go.
Oh, did we talk about it? Oh, no. Cut this.
What?
Dude, Omar coming.
All right. It's the extended cut. Three Geeks Podcast, Director's Cut.
All right. Mike, do you have a eulogy?
I didn't have anything prepped. I didn't realize. I just realized it at the end. I'm like, oh shoot, R.I.P. Michael K. Williams.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something. That's terrible.
Previous cast. No, Michael K. Williams died. He was 54 years old. Found in his New York apartment or New York house by a family member, I guess. That's super shitty. That dude was a really good actor. Played Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire. Played Omar on The Wire. He's had a few other like
Happen Leonard. Happen Leonard is a fantastic show that he does absolutely great work in, and it's very underappreciated. You should check out Happen Leonard.
I've never seen it. What was it about?
Yeah. It's literally about James Purefoy. Is it Purefoy? I believe is his name. Purefoy. Yeah, and Michael K. Williams are just two schmucks that live in this small little country town that fall into these weird adventures. And there's only like 3 seasons, about like 8-9 episodes each, but it's really well done. And I think it's on Netflix still.
All right. Yeah, no, check it out. That guy was awesome. He'll always be Omar to me. That's the first thing I ever saw him in, and I love him in The Wire. And it sucks that he died. He's like 54 is not.
No,
that's not very old. No. And that really sucks. So rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. That just sucks. I'm really sad to see them go. When people die, everyone's gonna die eventually. So it doesn't usually hit me very hard. But I was really sad for this because we're not gonna get any more Michael K. Williams. That really sucks.
Yep.
Well said, Max.
Yeah.
Well said.
Very well said.
Now to the ending credits.
I fucking love that. Good shit, John Orlando. Great. Good on you, Steve. That was fucking seamless.